Hey guys, welcome back. I actually slept, so I had to catch up. Because I turned this off and I woke up in the train station. We're gonna feed horse again, because I can. Yeah. So, I'm still nervous because when we left off, things I think were about to go down. Okay, yeah. Ed's happy. That's good. Y'all remember him? I'm retaining all these characters and their names for sure. Okay. Aftermath of Annie's death, the shocking announcement broadcast by his murderers. The situation on Drovia has come to a head. Large demonstrations and some violent clashes with security, some of which were allegedly investigated by the Savient Front members, have rocked the colony over the past 24 hours. Multiple stores, most of them Garan-owned, have been demolished and looted. Protesters were holding signs demanding Drovian self-governance. Others warned of repercussions for Garan murderers. In a statement this afternoon, Prime Minister Marav ordered the protesters to refrain from violence, but also assured them that Gara would see severe consequences for what transpired. Meanwhile, Garan Savignite Council urged President Robertson to do everything in his power to prevent any further attacks and anything else that could escalate the situation. Savi and Sangara are fearing for their lives. Their spokesperson, Ivan Broker, said, "We have heard so many reports of people staying home instead of going to school or work because they're terrified." Gara's authorities and terrorism experts seems baffled by the Liberator's sudden emergence. They come out of nowhere, says Professor Melissa Weilard, expert on political extremism at Millennia University. I gotta get on. I gotta wake up. They did not emerge from existing known movement, which is very rare and frankly strange. Also, you don't know that, Melissa. I'm happy that you're someone who is actually credentialed, but you don't know where they came from. Nobody does. But it's interesting that the reaction we're seeing is like Saviant religious, typically non-violent folk out here protesting against the terrorist movement. But it's funny because it's like, okay, so these guys are destroying all our businesses and trying to hurt our homes, but they're reacting to a terrorist movement that's outside of us. It's not us. So it's it's like a non-committal way of chastising the marginalized community for reacting. But also, we have reason to believe the group is involved in a powerful authority figure of some kind, right? We just don't know who. Alright, so when we left off, she was, what's her name? I need to start telling you guys their names, because I need to remember for myself. Zora was telling us that,
After I woke up, I stared at the ceiling for a while.
Alright, bud.
Zora's words rang in my head. 7 o'clock tonight. I had to do what they asked of me, but I wasn't sure where the data they wanted was stored. I was running out of time. I sat up and made a decision. The sheet on the Liberators. I needed to complete it now. I had a feeling that all the puzzle pieces were there.
I don't know.
If I found out who was in charge of the Liberators, I might finally understand what the data was all about and where to look for it. Or maybe I could force them to pay Zora's boss so he'd let Laura go.
Okay, well, I was gonna say Zora wanted us to go pressure Saito to help us hack the CDI, which is fine. Which is fine. But now we've got a new development, which is that my own boy decided to put a time crunch on me. Okay, so if this is right, then I'll be happy, but I don't know. So we know it's Telanium, which is mining. That's pretty easy, because of course it wouldn't be like the food biology Telanium, right? Could be Milix, could be Gara. So what this is going to look like is it's going to be going through... Okay, mining industry, sure. I wonder, was I supposed to learn more about this place when I was there? Did I miss a shit ton of stuff? I kind of feel like it was just the church. Maybe there's more going on there that I'll come and see later. Okay. So, yeah, mining, we know, our boy, Zora's mans, was saying some shits. Okay, that's just her threatening me. Cat didn't say nothing. I'm really trying to figure this out. I know Millix... I mean, if it's Millix, that seems so red herring-ish, but maybe that's... Maybe I have to, like, live that life. This was a different situation. Guard. That's Gary. He rarely provides more than emotional support. That's Zora. She didn't really have anything. That's her getting me at first. Because I know some people... There is Boyd. His contribution was Telanium, which is mining, so of course, right? Status quo. Gary did a lot of talking. Okay. At least they kind of highlight stuff because they know you're going to be scrubbing like this. We only have like 2 Telanian companies, though. New intel. Grew up on Drovia. Bolton Security. That's on Cox, though, who's not... He's not involved. That's the thing. So, like, this information on him is pretty irrelevant, right? Cox is another pawn, right? So, what was his name? James Moore? Yes, Moore was the pawn of Cox, who is the pawn of the big bad that we're looking for right now, who may or may not actually be responsible for all this, because it might just be our lady, our queen, at the CIA. Oh, there's so many names. I'm so sorry. But it could be that, right? So that might not be that significant. That's Zora being taken. Or no, what? That's Zora talking about taking my daughter. We're having philosophical conversations. That's when she first came to my house. There's the kids gone. So yeah, it's been a minute since we found anything else. So then let's see. New apartments, companies, right? So we're looking for mining Telanium. We got Dyson, which was that little guy who talked too fast. He wasn't really little. I just made him sound little because I made him... He had that wise guy kind of... Anyway, him, if you remember. And then we have... Millix. Are they all Gara as well? Dyson's on Drovia. Millix is on Gara. Hannel is someone I've never fucking heard of before, which makes me think it's them, because why would it be someone that's relevant to me right now? Okay, so it's between Hannel, Millix, and Dyson. And I just don't know. Golly goshers. Without reading... Williams. Wait. Oh, okay. So their boss is Williams. That actually doesn't help. She almost said it a while ago, so I was looking for that name, but it didn't tell us anything new. Am I supposed to kind of understand whose interests lie in Drovia, though, right? In independent Drovia, that's the purview of only Dyson at this point. Dyson cares about mining Telanium on Drovia, right? Drovian independence is the topic. That's why killing the guy who was asking for it was a bold, solid move. That's why gaslighting, like, the Saviance is a good move, right? Dyson would, at face value, stand to gain substantially from all of the things that have happened and are happening so far. So it could be Dyson. It could be Dyson. I don't think it's Millix, but they suck, and their name's been involved in stuff lately. I just don't know where. God, I wish there was like a big boy search engine. So say it's Drovia and say it's Dyson. Ugh. It just feels wrong, don't it? Because we know them. We met the guy. Like, he was useless. That's what I got out of that conversation. I mean, maybe I could look at their really big companies, high-ranking executives. List from the sniper's cell. I just want I want it definitive. I want it spelled out, like... James Moore. Right. Brown, Cox, and Moore all worked for... Or Brown... Yeah, they were able to get in and do the broadcast. But again, it's like, who would Cox work with? Right? Because he was on Drovia during the thing. I mean, it's got to be Dyson, right? But that feels like such a leap. Like, why am I thinking that, you know? Oh, yeah. I really gotta put it all together. And that's what I'm not good at doing. Shout out to When You're Ready being highlighted. I'm not, and I will never be. The person who contacted me spoke Drovian. Okay. Okay. Also, you can see why I'd get confused, because, like, okay, so whoever put you up to this Drovian, why would they work with an anti-Drovian terror group? You're not, there's no such thing as anti-Drovian. What you are is anti-Savient, or the New Jordanites, right? You're anti that faction. But Gara has interests in Drovia, too. God, I needed to sleep, clearly, because now my brain's doing a little more stuff, but still. So we're gonna go ahead and say it is Drovia, then. Maybe I would have got more out of him if I had gotten this correct with the phone number. We're talking about Gonzalez at this point. He's just gonna have to read along, even though my erratic ass scrolling is probably not the best. Boy, I think it was Dyson. I think I'm gonna... Oh, what if I fuck it up? Communication delay. His lawyers were probably on Drovia. And I mean, Cox was on Drovia for a long time, so, like, Cox orchestrated this, but who's behind him? Probably this group. God, I mean, that's all I got, right? How would it not be Dyson? It should be... Also, because you don't want to shit in your own nest, right? Why would the companies operating on Gara make it harder for people to trade with Gara? You know what I mean? I don't really see that as exceedingly beneficial. Ugh. I don't want to say I hate shots in the dark, but I know probably this isn't going to be set out right? It's up to me to take mining, Telanium, and Drovia and turn that into Dyson, right? Because that's the only thing on the list that correlates into this name. There's no other name that has these three qualifiers. It's got to be Dyson, right? But I'm still freaking out. Also, I hope it's not, because then that means the final confrontation's going to be that fucking guy with that fucking wise guy voice that I didn't try too hard to do. Ooh, I do think so.
Abbott Dyson. All the signs pointed towards him and his company. I didn't feel like I had the full picture just yet, but some aspects finally made sense to me. None of the people we had encountered seemed to support what the Liberators claimed to stand for. This wasn't a Garian terror group at all. It was Drovians, Savients, hired guns, and business people, all working for one man's false flag operation. What was he trying to accomplish? Stir up enough trouble to force the solar system into a war? I had talked to Dyson the morning after Banny's death. He was still in Gara, hiding in plain sight, and I still had his number. I considered my options. We needed to arrest him. But maybe we could have a chat first. Just the two of us. Once the CDI had him, he wouldn't be able to talk freely.
Oh, no.
I took out my cell and tapped his face in my contacts.
Why did it have to be you? You're the worst voice by far. Also, like, I hope I got this right. I'm still not feeling that I got this right. But when Neil starts to explain stuff, then you're like, yeah, it makes sense. But I don't know if that's the game validating my stupid-ass chicken run of an idea. Ugh. Hello? Morning, Mr. Dyson. This is Neil Conrad with the CDI. Oh, Agent Conrad, how can I help you? There's something I'd like to talk to you about in person. Could we meet on the train that stops at Louisville in a half hour? I have an important call in 10 minutes. Could we make an appointment for tonight? This can't wait. If you insist, I'll tell my secretary to delay my call. Thanks. See you in a bit. I fucking wouldn't. I'd be like, I'm bringing my lawyer. It's just business, kid. Can I feed the iguana again? Oh, he doesn't. Horace provides very little. And that's how I feel about Horace. He's welcome to be here. I'm welcome to starve him. But he provides very little. I'm wigging out, though. You know how embarrassing it would be to contact a fucking super rich fella and be like, hey, come meet me. It's urgent. You fuck. And then, like, he do. And, like, nope, not him. Wrong guy. Oh, jeez. Ugh. God. In the between times, I continued playing some Baldur's Gate. My brain's like, quick save, quick load. Just, it's fine. Whatever outcome you need, you can have it. Not this time. This time I'm just a guy walking the city streets. Which are now populated more than they typically are. I need to try to talk to my wife. I'm just doing that every morning. Oh yeah, also I got an email, didn't I? Is that my, yeah. Oh! The chief. Once you leave the elevator, keep going straight past the fountain. I'll be sitting down for coffee near the gazebo. Come around if you want to talk to me. I'll be here for an hour or two. Okay, hell yes. Hell yes, Mr. Campbell. Did I waltz right past you, you little butt? Or no, are you down? I feel like I passed a fountain. Maybe I didn't. Also, like, I wish that everyone who ever wanted to meet with me gave me detailed instructions of how to walk there from my front step. Like, I know you. I know how bad you are at getting places. I guess I can't see my wife. Well, is this right? I'm just gonna make the... Nope. Maybe it is down. Hey, I'm freaking out. What? I don't know. I think I did okay. I think I did fine. But what if I bothered a rich man for no reason? That'd be poop. None of y'all are the chief. Oh, can I just go into this? Has that been true? Oh, just kidding. Dude, this started with me just talking to my wife about our kid. I don't want to go. No, 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 no.
Would Dyson really come?
Don't make
or did
me
I
go.
spook him? Did he suspect I was on
I
to
would
him?
reload for that because I tried.
It would be a while until I found out, so I sat down and took a deep breath. At
Well,
least I
stop
had a
breathing,
little time
babe.
to think about what to say to him if he showed up.
No! Okay, good. I didn't take the train yet. Right? Did I take the train? No, I'm still in my home base. Whew. Is he around? I feel so weird about the fact that because I went that way, there's nothing. I have to read that email again. And if it says something obvious and embarrassing. Is it this way? Hold up. This is embarrassing. Taking a walk in the little park near your place. I don't know the one. Once you leave the elevator, just keep going straight past the fountain. I'll be sitting down for a coffee near the gazebo. I just keep going straight. Like, how'd I fuck that up? Was I distracted by my wife? Did I... Oh, is it behind this train station? Oh. I see. Past the fountain? He probably would have been right here, right? Oh, there he is. Thank fuck, sir. Oh, you don't know how turned around I got between this park and my damn house, even though you told me to just walk straight. I was the... You intimidate me. Morning, Chief. Morning, Conrad. It's Campbell now. Right. You wanted to talk to me? I need you to give me your word that you won't tell anyone about our meeting today. Okay, you have my word. You're an excellent investigator, Conrad. Are you sure? Because I feel like I'm sorry. You found out that sniper shot at Banny from the Sakura Hotel. You have a sharp mind. You identified the bartender at the hotel as one who helped Diaz escape. You found the sniper's boat in the harbor. That helped us track down and retrace his escape. You figured out what Banny's murderer looked like. Thanks to that, we were able to catch him and his associate at Joris Plaza. And you determined who had started the Liberator's video at ad spot. That's why we couldn't go after Moore and Cox so quickly. Do you know what makes you so good at your job? You question just about anything. In all my years at the CDI, I never met a bigger skeptic than you. But that can also make your life harder if you want to climb the ranks at the CDI. However, if that doesn't concern you, you might want to have a closer look at that Sector 2 incident. I don't know exactly what it is they're trying to hide, but the data they're so desperately protecting has something to do with it. Who's hiding something? The AG, for sure. Maybe just her. I think something happened back when she was director of the CDI. She's been acting strange. The sudden decision to arrest Cox when she heard his name was the last straw. One more thing, Conrad. There was a security alert at the database, some unauthorized connection from your cell. Whatever it was you were trying to do, I took the liberty of dismissing the alert. There's no more record of it. I have to go now. This will be the first evening without work I've had in a while. Thank you for meeting me. Bud, I feel like he deserves more thanks for trying to save my ass. And also, interesting that he did protect me, because he probably would have protected Gary better than me, but I guess I've proved my worth to him in a way that he respects. God, to have a person like that, like, recognize everything you've contributed and lay it out plainly, that would be great. God, if I was ever boss of anyone or anything, I would make a point of doing that. Like, literally, like, I noticed this, I noticed that, I care about you. I know his voice is very matter-of-fact, but that made it better. He's confrontational as hell, but he's also fucking proud of us. Okay. What he said confirms, this that I'm chewing on. It's probably just about that. Which would make sense, because that was the start. Oh my god. Short King. Let's go. Or maybe... Oh, you're outside of the train. You might still be short. Clearly I didn't know what was going on there. Mr. Dyson. Good evening, Agent Conrad. Is this an interesting setting for a chat? Let's get straight to the point. I have sufficient proof that you're part of, or even all of, the Liberators. That's a big accusation to throw around. What proof would that be? I know you hired mercenaries to kill Banny and to steal some data from the chief's cell. You also instructed Cox to broadcast the Liberator's message and to bomb the Koran church. If there's anything else going on that endangers people's lives, you need to tell me right now. If you're so sure about all that, why didn't the CDI just arrest me? I want you to know why you did. I want to know why you did it. You're a Savian from Drovia. What's more, your company suffers financially from operating inside an unfree colony. You have all the reason to support Drovian independence. I do support Drovian independence, but not for the economic reasons. Don't you think that the status quo is unacceptable in a modern society? Gar forces us to hand over all of our fruit of our labor. Jesus. It had to be him. Like we live in feudal times, only to resell it at an incredible profit. Your planet exploits and enslaves my people for its own financial gain. If that's how you see it, why did you create an anti-Saviant, anti-emancipation terrorist group? All Drovia needs to finally explode is a spark. I've provided just that. Did you read the news today? Drovian resistance against the oppressors has never been stronger. So you admit it. You did it to lend momentum to the legitimacy of a Saviant revolution? To push public opinion on Drovia to a point where a succession war seems inevitable? They were already negotiating. Why didn't you just support Banny in the summit? Joseph was in no position to change things. The whole summit was a big dog and a pony show. Jesus. History teaches us that you can't obtain independence the peaceful way. If you want it, you take it. And war is worth it for you? Especially considering that Drovia is unlikely to win it. If war is what it takes, we have to try. Besides, New Jordan will take our side, if any. You know, I'm really not buying your man of the people spiel. This is all about your company's bottom line. Think of me any way you want. It doesn't matter. The way I see it, I'm using my influence and money to fight for the right cause. Don't you think thousands of innocent lives are prohibitively high price to pay? It's interesting you bring that up, being a CDI agent yourself. What are you talking about? The data I've been wanting to get my hands on. Did you ever look at it? No. It contains classified information about the Sector 2 incident, which also cost thousands of innocent lives. But just as importantly, Savions lost the right to self-governed colony Androvia. Brother, I think I know what's happening too. So the thing that happened when she was director was that, and we did it somehow for some ass reason. That's what, oh. Okay. Gara cited a charter that had made it up itself. Whoa, Jesus. I also just didn't put on glasses this time again, even though I learned my lesson last time. Gara cited a charter that had made up itself launched an independent investigation, which identified a major construction and security flaws as causes of the disaster. I'm familiar with the incident. What are you getting at? Those backwoods Savians don't believe in real science, so they don't know how to build a safe colony. Sounds convincing, doesn't it? What if I told you that the colony was sabotaged by Gara? Don't be ridiculous. The operation was launched out of fear and greed. The Savian colony on the biggest selenium source in the system, free to trade with New Jordan. Losing the selenium race could have meant losing supremacy over the solar system at the time. They couldn't allow that to happen. Who are you talking about? A number of politicians and other elites, and of course the CDI is their executive force. Your Attorney General, Amelia Thorne, she was the director of the CDI at the time. So before you judge me, look at the people you work for and what they did. I know so many people who died or lost someone in that incident, so many who had lost their livelihoods. No, this is too big. So many people would have to stay quiet for that to stay a secret for so long. Well, it will come out, and that's not something many people know. Who knows at the CDI? Does Gary know? Does the chief? The director? Everybody involved is retired by now except Miss Thorne, but some people must know. There are records of it. They will see the light of day soon enough. I know that the mercenaries you hired are working on getting them back. They abducted my daughter and blackmailed me into helping them. I'm sorry to hear that. They did not act on my behalf when they took your daughter. Listen, Mr. Dyson... I mean... That's confused. I'm so confused. Okay, wait, okay. Because this is random as hell. So Neil boy, baby, right here, is trying to get the drop on everybody by having this conversation before talking to any of them. The mercenaries want their money, which this guy won't give, and that's why they're harassing me now to finish the case so that this guy gets the data so that he can, show up the CDI. Right? So if he pays them, I get my kid back, and corruption goes on, right? I mean, because okay, shit, so, okay. It's smoke and mirrors, though, what he's doing, right? So he's guilty of proper, actual terrorism. He created a terrorist organization. He terrified this entire city. He's causing outbreaks of crime and confusion everywhere. Absolutely devastating marginalized people, and that carries a weight that should be financial and criminal in nature. And he's gonna continue, right? Arresting him makes a lot of sense for that purpose, I would say. Turns into that accent. But if I could get the mercenaries out of here, if my daughter was free and that was shored up, there's no reason I can't just scurry on over to the CDI and tell them everything I have, and then work with Gary to get hard evidence. I mean, that's what's going to take anyway. If I arrest him now, it feels like the good boy option. It feels like the right thing to do, but candidly, it's not. First of all, it's not going to work. He's going to be like, okay, you and one army, bye. But also, I don't have the evidence. I don't have the manpower. I don't have the CDI, they would be pissed if I did this because they don't have any reason to suspect anything. The last they heard, a guy was going to go do some bomb stuff, but then weirdly that didn't happen. They're so baffled, those guys. So, I don't know. I can't just bring this man in I figured it out. Don't ask me how, It falls apart really quick, and then my daughter's still on the outs. I'm not gonna say you can go, obviously. That's stupid. What? I mean, I could... This almost feels like a bluff, right? If I say this, I'm guessing he would say, I have a lawyer. You can't fucking do that, which would be so true. If I do this, then my daughter gets free, and then I can just focus on the CDI and exposing that data. But I don't want to just come for my own agency when this guy is literally responsible for terrorism. Shit. I could try this. Because, I mean, he's not going to pay them if I arrest him. But then they'll be so mad. I feel like he'll just I feel like I'll lose this opportunity if I just say this. Oh, but I want to be a good boy, but it's too late. I haven't been playing a good boy run. Oh, yeah, fuck, shit. Oh, why did I do that? Oh. The mercenaries will free my daughter as soon as they get the money you promised them. I won't arrest you if you pay them now. It doesn't make much of a difference to me if you arrest me. I might have to do some time, but I have the best lawyers in the system. What I care about is that the data becomes public. Get it, and the mercenaries will be paid. Once they send it over, it will get leaked even if I am in prison. I have people making sure of that. It doesn't matter what you care about. I want my daughter back. Pay them now. I would consider it, but I missed the window. The transaction expired. I see. What does that fucking mean? What? Are you what? Babe, PayPal. What is this? What in the cyberpunk universe? You can't transfer funds? Businessman? With your secret businessman network that you already hired assassins on? You tell... Alright. You're fucking under arrest then. You're getting off the train with me at the next stop. I can't let you get away with this. But until we arrive, I have some final questions. Tell me. This I need to know. I mean, I should know about this, but I already know her. I already know Zora. Why does Cox help you? I imagine bombing a church isn't something you can just pay any security company to do. Alan's parents were old friends of mine. Their company was in charge of security, except for the two. They went bankrupt after explosions. Some people put blame on them for the incident. They're getting death threats to this day. I supported them in the Sun financially. As you can imagine, Cox has every reason to want revenge for what he did to Gara and his family. Why work with the mercenaries when you already had Cox's guys to do your dirty work? Parts of the plan were out of his wheelhouse. I see. Tell me. We'll try it. What do you know about the people who took my daughter? Not much, to be honest. You probably figured out most of it already. They're a secret group of mercenaries, and they run big operations on the whole solar system. If you want a high-profile job done, then you go to them. Where's their HQ, and where are they keeping my daughter? I don't know. They're very secretive. They only meet you in public places, and they only come to you. I see. That's all for now. We'll get out at the next stop. I'll inform my colleagues that we're coming. Fucking Neil. You just gonna bring a man into prison? Gary's gonna be snafu'd. But I wasn't gonna let him go. I mean, justice, man. Fucking looks like I'm the one in handcuffs for a minute. Like, what did I do? Oh, this guy. Hey Conrad, are you sure about this? I am. Alright then, good job. I've got this. Gary wanted to talk to you. He's inside. You're waiting here with us, Mr. Dyson. Jesus Christ. I knew it was like not, it was like American, but it wasn't a yawn, but it was maybe a little gay, but not that gay. I'm queer, it's fine. Oh, yeah, okay. Actually, can I, speaking of that mode, nothing new here to contribute? I mean, this guy, Gary's waiting. Gary's gonna have some. You're damn right about all that. He is waiting. Okay. Just want to make sure there's nothing, like, newsworthy. And by that I mean actual news. Ooh, Jesus. I'm nervous now, dude. I'm so nervous. I don't want to talk to Gary. Hello? Hello? This is Evelyn Moore. Did you find my husband? What is it? Did something happen to him? He didn't turn up. So I was right, wasn't I? He's not working with the Liberators after all. We're looking into it. What's that supposed to mean? Did you find him at the Korean hotel or not? Now is not a good time, okay? You promised to protect James if something happens to him. Please, our son needs a father. Let's talk about it later. Okay, but in my defense, that one was really confusing because, like, okay, prison, right? If he just talked, if they just wanted to ask him questions, it doesn't make a lot of sense that they killed him, but she did imply kind of that they did kill him, which makes it totally my fault. Like, big whoops. I should have trusted the CDI all along. I should have just been a good boy. And I tried to be. But there were just moments where I just slipped up my understanding of the timeline. It's still mostly okay, I believe, but just making the rounds. You know how it is. Fucking, a little worried about that. There's nothing up here at the chief's old office or anything, and I still can't go. Oh, I can't go that way. Well, hold on then. Oh wait, is this where Gary lives now? I don't want to talk to Gary. Okay, good. I do, but I don't want to, you know. I wouldn't be in that office either if our main man had just retired. Gary's not here, right? Okay, no, it's just the boardroom. And there's nothing of value. Who works above me? Can I go up? I can go up! I've never been allowed to go up before. You know what that means. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hi, people who work above me. What's it like having a good view from the windows? Shit's crazy. Can't go that way. That's for the best. I really don't want to be allowed to go to the roof before it's time to go to the roof. But you know me. What the hell? I guess I can't. I guess I can't. Oh, but I can go... Okay. I don't know what that means. Foreshadowing. Don't worry about that. I would call them spoilers, but, I mean, you could have gone to the roof at this point, too. If you're a true gamer, you probably did. You probably tried. Okay. Gotta talk on my boys. Uh-oh. Still too tall. I can't believe that guy got killed. I just don't know. He might not have. Hey. Why am I guess I can't talk to any of you right now. Okay. Hi. Hey. Shit, Conrad. You really found the mastermind behind the Liberators? Finally some good news. I just hope that this whole shit show is over now. Why did Dyson do it? It's kind of a long story. He was trying to escalate the situation between our planets. I see. Let's talk about it in detail later. Did Dyson tell you what that second attack was about? He did. They were going to bomb Korean Church, but he called it off. Holy fuck. Well, the most important thing is that we got him. That's a good start to my time as chief, isn't it? Well, acting chief, but yeah. I have a meeting with the press in a few minutes. We'll go over everything later. Roger that. He just trusts me, dude. He's not worried about it. That's sweet as hell.
I was supposed to write a report on my findings in the Liberators case, but I wasn't able to concentrate for even a second.
Or to construct
First,
a
I needed
narrative.
to wait for my colleagues to go home to be alone with Saito. He always worked late. But then what? What if he refused to help me? The idea of having to force him was devastating. He was my friend, after all.
That's not gonna happen.
When I finally managed not to think about it anymore, a much more dire thought crept up on me. Laura might die tonight. And if she did, it would be my fault.
Dude. Ugh, I feel so fucked up about Moore. I feel like that was really a big mess. But that's human, man. I tried. And I'm so worried it's gonna get worse. And I'm not gonna hurt this baby. He's been nothing but sweet and helpful. Okay, that's why I could be up on the roof. Little terrifying, though, just waiting on the roof for everyone to leave and then coming back down to harass your friend. Is this the right place? I don't know. Nobody knows things. Nope. That's Chief Gary's office place. Ay, ay, ay. I'm so worried. I'm gonna give you a startle just being here. You're still around? Hello. I'm supposed to harass you, I think? Hold up. I thought this was gonna be a confrontation. Oh, I need to do this first? Well, we know that. This is solid. And I already did the legwork of looking through all the shit, so I'm just gonna submit this, and if I'm wrong, then I will weep softly. There he is. Hey, Saito. Oh, Neil, hey. You're working late. Listen, there's something I need to talk to you about. Of course, what's the matter? Saito, I'm sorry. Sorry? For what? Is everything alright? No, it's not. My daughter, Laura, was abducted, and the people who took her want something from me. I need your help to get it for them. What? Laura was abducted? When? By whom? By a group of mercenaries. Shit, I'm so sorry, Neil. What's the CDI's plan of action? The CDI? What do you think those people would do if I told the CDI about it? Wait, so you didn't tell anyone else at the CDI? No. Look, we don't have much time. The mercenaries want me to help them get the data back that they stole from the chief. They managed to create a backdoor to the CDI network. They can briefly alter the access rights of the folder they want from the CDI database. But they won't be able to retrieve it. That can only be done from a local computer. That's where you come in. You're a sysadmin, right? You have to grant the request for access to a specific folder you're not usually able to see. They'll pull all the data from that folder to your local drive. Put it on a stick, and you give it to me. They made it clear that it's not to be sent over the web. Okay, listen, holy fuck. I'll bring them the data, and then I'll get Laura back. Neil, you realize that you can't just trust those people, right? Why are you so convinced that they'll hold up their end of the bargain? If you want to save Laura, you have to ask the higher-ups at the CDI for help. I don't know enough about those people. No chance the CDI would be able to track them down in time. The hack will go down in 5 minutes. If I don't hand it to them, the data tonight, they might kill her. I have an idea. Once they open up the folder thereafter, I might be able to locate the source of the backdoor. We'll explain to the others what's going on, and we'll raid the location before the handover is scheduled. You'll have Laura back before they find out what we never went through with the hack. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. I love the premise of yeeting in with my team, but also that data is critical. That needs to come out. If that happened, if our group was involved in a terrorist act long ago, that's also important. Like, no dark shadows for the demons, right? You gotta fucking shine a light right there. I said, sounding like a pastor, despite that I'm not religious. But like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to just, because that's a cover up. That's a retroactive, extremely belated cover up on behalf of a terrible woman who got our chief fired. Who granted, like, I mean, he might have stood to go down anyway, but still, not for sleeping with someone though. I don't know. It's just him being sketchy and kind of petty about it. But he's actually, anyway. If we do that way, do we still get to retrieve the data in the folder? We won't need it. But if you can't trace them and don't get the data, we have nothing. Fine, I'll accept the data transfer either way. I'll delete it if I'm able to trace the hack. Damn it, I was waiting for the game to give me a moment of, like, high pressure, like, okay, do you trust your people or not? But also, I do want the data. I want the data. But here's the thing though, if I hand it to them, I'll never have it. But that guy that we arrested wants to publicize it. So if they get the data, that's a net good for society. But also, not trusting Saito could put me in a terrible spot of having to force him to be involved. And that's simply, and then it's my job and it's prison and like, oh, you gotta take a come to Jesus moment, don't you? You gotta, I mean, if the universe is like, hey, here's your chance to make it right, you gotta make it right. Fuck. Ooh, I want to do the CDI thing. Every time I always do the dumbass thing, and that needs to stop. It stops today. Okay, you're right. Let's tell the CDI. Okay, good. I'm glad you agree. I'll find out what their location is, and then we can call Gary. What's this data anyway? Why do they want it? I'm not sure. I don't have time to explain. She's calling. Hey, Neil. I got your sheet. All ready on your end? Yeah, we're ready. Good. We're searching that folder now. I'll tell you when I have access. Alright, there we are. You're good to go. Okay. I think Sato's retrieving the data. Good on him. He's just for putting up with this. Alright. I got it. Good work. I'll see you at the handover. God damn, Neil. I almost became Neil. God damn, Neil. I got their location. Let's call Gary and the others. Thank you, Saito. Thank you so much. I'm calling Gary and the others. We have to prepare the raid, and we have to do it quick. Hold on, one last thing. What is it? There's no time to lose. Did you pull the data? What does it matter? Give it to me. Why? I have the location, Neil. We can go arrest them. You don't need it anymore. I did what you said, okay? I didn't go through with it. Please trust me. It's not a trick. I won't give the data to them. I just need to see what's on there. Please. Oh my god. Here. Please don't do anything stupid. Thank you. Don't tell anyone, okay? Let's just call Gary and the others. I feel Saito's gonna be fucked up. I hope I circle back to help him out. I'm like uncomfy. Ugh. This poor man, he's such a sweetie. And he handled that very well, and he made some good decisions, and he had a good recommendation. And he does not deserve me. Ah, poor thing. Let's see. I think I got their HQ. It's inside an industrial zone on the fringes of the city. The company registered here calls itself the Rattlesnake Farm. It appears to be some sort of greenhouse. I assume that's just a front, maybe for money laundering. I still can't believe you didn't tell us earlier. What the hell were you thinking, Conrad? And how much information did you feed to them about the CDI and our ongoing investigation? Those people are criminals of the worst kind. Have you forgotten your oath? You'll face serious charges for this, Conrad. So sorry, Gary. You'd be shocked how hard I tried for you specifically. Could you please leave him alone, Gary? He's got enough on his plate right now. Well, maybe he would be in a better position if he'd told the CDI earlier. That's what I think too, Gary. I boldly declared a Gary run and promptly didn't. Or they would have shot Laura right away if he'd got wind of it. They got wind of it. We all had training in hostage negotiations. I'm sure Neil followed it as best he could. I really don't care about that right now. Can we please focus on getting Laura out of there? I agree. We don't have time to waste. We should check their HQ within the next hour. It's not a lot of time. Oops. Let's go. Gear up then. Oh my god, Colroy! You have a human voice? I have not voiced him once. I think maybe he said something at the very first. I don't know, man. You're so late to the game. Actually, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be here, Neil. You're not trained in extractions like this, and I don't care if I get hurt. And more importantly, you're too close to the case. The risk of you doing something irrational to endanger the whole operation is too high. I can't just stay here and wait. My daughter is in there. That's exactly the kind of attitude I'm worried about. I've been in contact with those people multiple times. They know me. Maybe I can convince them to cooperate. Listen, Neil. There's no more time for discussion. Conrad, Colroy, get yourselves an armor and a gun. I have to call Kumar. You'll call. Copy that. Don't leave without me. I'll come with you. You will? Okay. We'll leave in 30. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm so sorry, Gary. I should have. I had a moment where I damn it. Oh, maybe I'll go back. I can't just sit here and regret stuff. You're so sweet, Saito. I owe you my mortal soul. I'm sorry, Colroy. You're fine. It's okay. It's okay to tell me that I shouldn't be coming. I just wish I knew who you were. I tried to check in with you, and you just didn't give me much, man. He's one of those guys at work. I'm one of those guys at work, too. Like, I ain't gotta waste no time saying shit doesn't need to be said. Where am I going? I'm just used to pathing to the train. What's my objective? Oh, go to the roof. So, like, the opposite direction of where I was going. That's cool. I'm tense, brother. I can't believe I made Gary mad. I don't know, though. I kind of think it had to go this way. And also, that woman made a decent point. Yang made a decent point that, you know, that is a hostage negotiation situation. Like, I really was trying to do the right thing. I'm worried Zora's gonna show up and shoot me in the face.
I inserted the stick into my cell and opened up the folder. My heart was pounding. For a moment, it looked like the data wouldn't load, but then the files started appearing on the screen. Dozens, maybe hundreds of documents, messages, pictures, and videos. They were decades old. Most of them dated 1799 or 1800. Their confidentiality level was one I'd never seen before. This was the type of data the Garian network would instantly pick up and trace, both to its receiver and back to its sender. It made sense to physically hand-deliver it if one wished to remain anonymous. I didn't know where to begin, so I opened up the very first file in the list, the oldest one, with shaking hands. It was a document sent from someone at the Department of Commerce to the director of the CDI at the time, Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General in charge of the Justice Department. My eyes widened as I skimmed over the paragraphs. When I was done reading the letter, I checked the time. 20 more minutes. I sat down and opened up the second one, then the third. As the conversation went on, a plan was hatched between a handful of politicians, special interest groups from the private sector, and high-ranking members of the CDI. I didn't recognize most of the names. Some might have been pseudonyms. I stopped looking at the files halfway through and let my head sink onto the backrest. Even though they had used very careful language at first, the goal and purpose of the operation were abundantly clear. The failure of Sector 2 hadn't been an accident. Garians had plotted and engineered it to gain sole access to Drovia's resources, and given its strategic importance at the time, ultimately retained supremacy over the solar system. My head was spinning while I tried to figure out what all of it meant for the present, and for me. I had long doubted the integrity of the CDI. Was it still rotten to the core, or had things changed? I didn't know about any ongoing operations that were breaching interplanetary law, but then most agents at the time of the Sector 2 incident hadn't known either, and some of the things I did know about, I didn't want to think about them too much. Now what? On the one hand, the public had a right to know. The culprits had to be found and brought to justice. Reparations had to be paid to the affected families and businesses. On the other hand, if the truth came out, the liberators would win. Savient extremists might be emboldened enough to take control of the colony and declare independence. If that happened, Gara would send its ships, and New Joran might send theirs to back up their Savient brethren, and to finally gain access to the planet's Telenium, of course, if their side won. Hundreds might die, thousands even. Time was running out. I tapped the contact of a journalist I had met a while back. I still hadn't made a decision when I heard the dial tone. The data would probably go through if I decided to send it, but there was no way in hell it wouldn't be traced back to me. My heart was pounding so loudly in my ears that I almost didn't hear the voice on the other end.
This is so challenging. This is Adrian Boley with the Garan Gazette. How can I help you? Hello? Are you there? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm hanging up now. Wait, no, don't let me do it now. Okay, Jesus. You know, okay, the problem is I do see all the threads, I just don't know how to connect them, right? So if I somehow got this information to Zora, she could be paid, they could kind of fabricate the saving of my daughter in such a way that I actually had no trouble. Like, you know what I mean? They could kind of grease that up. The CDI would know that I was in a circumstance and would maybe forgive all my actions up until this point. And then the data would go out, and so would the truth, in a way that didn't implicate me. Because whistleblower protections can't fucking exist in a secret agency, right? Surely not. That's everything. That's the nature of all information, is that it is controversial, and that's why it's classified. I mean, I don't think this is the right way. I would rather tell Gary. I'd rather lean on my people. I mean, because Saito knows too. I mean, not that it... And he would be implicated in it. That's a good reason enough not to even do it, because I don't want him to get in trouble. Yeah. Sorry, wrong number. Conrad? Can I tell you? What achievement did I didn't read it because Conrad distracted me with his angry glory. Gary did. Whoops. It's time. Let's go. Okay. Coming. Can I talk to you? You're all red, like maybe I can talk to you. But you wouldn't have talked to me earlier. I don't know. This run was clumsy. Oh no, that guy. I don't remember his voice. Even in a like preliminary sense, there's nothing. I want to make him country. What's his name? I don't even know. Oh, Kumar. Well, alright, agents. Got a report from Nelson. The big greenhouse in front of us seems to be empty. However, the IR cameras picked up 12 targets in an underground facility hidden underneath. He didn't sound like this. A scan for traps and explosives came back negative. Be careful regardless. We're going in on my command. Watch your backs and keep your low profile. These guys are dangerous, most likely armed. Use of deadly force is authorized. Getting the hostage out alive is well is our #1 priority. Y'all know what she looks like. Miller, Johnson, you open up the front door. Once we're inside, we're looking for another door in the back. Watch out for hostiles from that point on. Okay, let's go. Move. Gary, I appreciate you backing me up earlier. Thank you. After what you did, that's only right to help you fix it now. Let's go get you, girl. Thank you, Gary. If you die this time, I'm gonna just... I don't like that he's ahead of me. Stay behind me. Fucking... Why? Why do I have to bleep things out? How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. Look at this squad. I can't even tell where there I am. Edging out ahead of these noobs. Me and Gary both were fast as fuck. Oh, just kidding. CDI, drop your weapons. Drop them now. Am I walking calmly over there? Hello? That's not me. Is that me? What the hell is happening? Did I just walk calmly through a battlefield? What happened? Hello? Where did I wait. Shit, that was loud. The rest of them will be waiting for us. May's been shot. Gordon Flynn, provide first aid, see if you can get her in the medics. Fuck. I'd lock the room down, keep an eye on these assholes, get their guns, make sure they stay down. Someone comes to that door over there, you shoot. The rest of you keep moving. I can't give them any more time to prepare. Follow me. He just talks fast. This country. This guy. Did I walk I guess I did walk calmly all the way over here. That's fine. Me and Carrie.
In the final corridor, we passed by a large surgery room. I didn't think about it at the time, but that must have been where they had given Zora her new face and implanted Boyd's fake ID. The only thing I could think about was whether they'd moved Laura or done something to her the moment they'd heard us coming.
Jesus. This is really tense for being a game that I don't have to shoot in. Oh god. Drop those guns or we'll shoot. Who are you? What is this? CDI, put your weapons on the ground right now. Dad? Stay put, Laura. It's gonna be alright. Give us a minute to talk it over, okay? Oh, I see. It's about the girl. How about this? We hand her over and you would never show our faces here again. Sound fair? I don't think you understand. The facility is surrounded. It's over. Our only option is to cooperate right now. Alright, we'll cooperate. But first, we'll kill the girl. No. No? Then it sounds like you're gonna give us everything you want. That's not how negotiations work. Shooting a child will do nothing but worsen your prospects on trial. Come on, we both know I'm fucked regardless. We'll take you out. If you make a wrong move, it doesn't have to be that way. So what you're saying is it's our only chance to fight? I'm sorry, Williams. Hell yes! Hell yes! Hell yes! Be quick, though, because I don't know if this guy... What the fuck was that, Zora? Stop. Final warning. Please, Moon, put your gun away. Good, now lie down. Cuff them boys. Zora's a damn hero. I want to give her the data. Dad? It's over now, Laura. You're safe, alright? Alright. Are you okay? Did they hurt you? No, I'm not hurt. Get her out of here, go. Let's go, Laura. Thank you. Man, oh. I'm so bent, dude. I don't know, but I still feel bad, because... I mean, I arrested the guy. That's... I did my job, right? As an agency run, it wasn't too bad. I mean, this is cute and all, but... The implications, man. I just feel like... I didn't go hard with anybody this whole time.
And that's
no
it.
Way.
The most tumultuous days of my life, and possibly in Garian history. Abbott Dyson has been charged with interplanetary terrorism, first-degree murder, and more that would put a normal person away for multiple lifetimes. Unfortunately, he is one of the world's most influential billionaires, and as it stands now, he isn't going to prison for more than a few years. It is rumored that he's putting someone else in charge of his company for the time being, and will be allowed back at his post after serving his sentence. With their mastermind unmasked, at least it's safe to say that the Liberators won't ever make another appearance.
I feel so bad about that.
Even though Dyson and Cox each lost a lot in the Sector 2 incident, I don't believe their actions were really driven by a righteous thirst for revenge. Almost all the people who have suffered and might still suffer from their actions had nothing to do with Gara's past crimes. Ultimately, Dyson had tried to start an interplanetary war in hopes of increasing his profit margins, and he might still succeed in it.
Yeah, right? The war's still a-brewing. That information wouldn't have... I mean, it's unethical not to share that. I
still have
banking
the
on...
incriminating data hidden away somewhere, but I'm not going to touch it anytime soon.
Why not?
Gara's involvement in the Sector 2 incident becoming a matter of public record would be exactly the spark needed to plunge the solar system into war. If the colony decided to declare independence, Gara would send their ships, and New Joran might step up to defend Drovia.
Sure, I mean,
Thousands of lives would be lost.
It's a lot of mites, though. It's a slippery slope.
The wrongs of a 40-year-old crime.
You have to.
As
at
much as
some
I
point.
Want to see the culprits behind bars, sometimes it's better to hide the truth. It's strange knowing that parts of the CDI under Amelia Thorne's leadership were involved in the sabotage. Seeing her act as Attorney General and leader of the Department of Justice every day, I wonder what she's involved in
Exactly,
nowadays.
though. She could make
But I
it work.
can't out her without telling the whole truth, so I stay quiet. But you know who hasn't stayed quiet? Abbott Dyson. He spilled the beans in court the other day, under oath no less, claiming that Gara was responsible for the Sector 2 incident.
Oh, that's
Luckily,
interesting.
people don't seem too inclined to believe him without proof, especially given what he's being convicted for. As for my career at the CDI, the director had a serious talk with me, but it looks like I can keep my job if I want to. I had to come clean about the church, in part because I felt bad, and in part because I wanted to get ahead of it.
Yeah, that would make sense. Huh. So I survived the consequences of my actions. It's not a terrible run.
Laura is free again and seems to be doing okay, but I wonder every day about the scars this experience has left behind. Even though I know I'm not directly to blame, I will never forgive myself for inadvertently dragging her into all this. As for me, I am free again, as free as I was before, but my life is forever changed.
Aww.
Catherine and I are dating again, however crazy that sounds.
Yes.
Things are so different now. The world is so different that maybe something good can come of it again.
That's nice. This is good. That's an angle I worked successfully the entire time. Turns out it's easier to talk to your wife than it is to be a spy.
Zora. Easily the strangest person I've met in my life. Despite the terrible things she did, I'm grateful for her help when it really counted. It took the CDI a while to find out anything about her previous life. Turns out her name used to be Elizabeth Davis. She and her friend Boyd had been picked up by the mercenaries as teenagers on the run. Both of them came from affluent Garian families, and both had been reported missing, presumed dead. Zora will be brought before a judge this week, and I'll be there to make a statement. It might sound strange, but I hope she'll walk free again one day.
I like that. That's good boy energy. That went well.
Late in the evening,
Dude.
the lights are still there.
Hell yes.
Ever unchanging.
Dude, Michael Owen, you put in the work.
They shine.
That was so beautiful. That whole game was beautiful.
The sea is above me. The sea is beneath.
I hope this isn't copyrightable.
The waves
But yo,
that
it's good vibes.
will once again meet.
Ah,
So we stand here in the
voice actors, dude.
we're out of
Okay, it was me. It had to be me.
want to try
What a bummer. I knew I was close yesterday, but I just didn't finish it. I didn't really want to. I like that fuck was in that song just now.
Will it have mattered?
Man, okay, so
Is there a
I'm ultimately happy. Probably because jazz is soothing my soul. I think I'm very down with authority. I think that, you know, my perfect run for me, how I am, would probably have been to just, like, go full Gary the whole time. But the give and take with Zora was very helpful, too. I mean, I'm glad that I had a connection with her, and I seem to have survived it in my career. I feel bad for James Moore, but it's really unclear what happened to him. I don't know. I think
as we stand
giving out that data might have been worth doing, but I don't think I would have lost my job either. I think. Do you think Gary could become the director? Do you think Gary could hostile take over several roles in this department? Yeah. Okay, I think I do want to go check in on other options if I can. I'm not sure if I can. I want to let these play, but also I want to go see more things. Hell yes. You guys killed it. This game's awesome. I can't believe that I sat on this. I saw it pass by a couple Steam sales through, and I'm just like, okay, well, you know, that looks interesting, but I've never heard of it. I've never seen anyone play it. What a foolish, you know, couple thoughts those were before I finally got woke. Licenses for the fonts? Oh. Yeah, it's also just indie. It's also just people making games, and I love that. Not the big companies don't do cool shit sometimes, but... Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do.
And that's it.
Oh
The
no.
most
Really?
tumultuous day.
Oh wow, I can't. So I'd have to play the whole thing again to see that.
Abbott Dyson has been charged with interplanetary
Oh my God.
terrorism, first-degree murder,
I broke it.
and more that would put
I
a
broke
normal
everything.
person away for multiple lifetimes.
Well,
Unfortunately, he is one of the world's most influential billionaires.
there we go. That fixed that. Yeah. Damn. I want to play it again and show you all the possible things that I find, but I also just kind of want to do that thing where I say go play it, go buy it yourself, go release that data, see what happens. I think I'll leave it there for now, and if there's somehow an uproar some nebulous time in the future, then I'll go back. But I'm not upset about this ending, and he still has the data, so you know, you might as well keep that card for when you need it. I think you would investigate the director. I think it's fine. Things I tell myself. But, yeah, this game was awesome. Very happy. Thanks for sticking around. This is the first game where I've had to, like, voice act characters. And I was thinking about how weird that is, just generally. Like, it's one of those things, like, you kind of have to have courage to do it. Because it's like improv, you know, in that you're just kind of putting on a performance, but in this case, like, it's just me doing it for me. Like, I as a randomized human generated a circumstance where I'm just sitting in my little office, like, voice acting a game that is, I don't even know how old for some people. Like, it's just bizarre, right? It's something you got to get used to probably, but then, you know, I love gamers and I love, like, D&D and roleplay, and you know, all my life I've watched video games where people do that exact same thing, and you know, I don't know. There's plenty more games I've been looking at that are set up this way, so it will happen again. But I think it was a damn honor that this one's the first one that I ever got to, you know, try that out, and thanks for putting up with my sloppy nonsense and the heckling of myself. It was a good time. Yeah. That's all I got, but y'all have a good one. Hydration check, self-care. I don't know, maybe write like a cool monologue of your day and say it lowly and poetically while staring off over like a balcony or something. And I will catch you in the next one.